Hi, and welcome back to Poltergeist Board Games. Today I'm doing a playthrough of Overflight by Historic Wings and Thomas Van Hare. This is part of the box set made by Blue Panther. It's very nice. It comes with this really nice canvas mat and these chits. As I've said before, I think are the best in the game. Very thick, very nicely made. The canvas map's 17 by 22 inches. Then you have this combat map, and then you have a player aid. And then along that, you have other chits. And then you get, in order to play, you need the game book that you can get on Amazon. And I'll put the link for both of these in the description. And then as a side, I accidentally bought this book, but it's CIA Agent Mission Notebook. And it's pretty thick. It's got like, I don't even know how many pages because they're not numbered, but you can put your missions in here and, put your notes and stuff. Thomas Van Hare is coming out with his own, but in his will have pictures and history. It'll be a lot more exciting than this one, but it's just a side. This is kind of the mission calendar that you get. I printed this out of the book, so it's kind of lame looking, but if you go to BGG, you can print the files for some of these pages, but it's kind of a little too small to write your notes in, so I recommend keeping like a notebook so you can, if you want to create an AAR, you can do so, with more flavor. So I got this on Amazon, and I can drop the link in the description, but it has lots of room for your notes and stuff. Haven't used it yet, but I plan on it. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is you have to roll up your director, and you use table A1 and the director skills. I already have done so, and I came up with financial advisor, which is influentation leadership to pack the national budget to directly benefit American business interests. And he gets 5 chits for command, 3 chits for influence, and 5 chits for tech. And all of those are used in the game to help you with diplomatic protest, to help you with accidents. If you have accidents, you can expend one of those to not have one. And then command issues that we'll see in the game also. Then the next thing you do is roll up your pilots, and that is phase A2. All right, I'm gonna roll up my pilot. I'm using my current campaign. This will be mission number 17 for me in the summer of 1957. So I'm gonna roll up on my sheet here using the 10-sided. Did an 8. So we're going to be flying with Paul Moore. He has an 8 pilotage, 7 moxie, and 7 sixth sense. 3, 6, 7. 7, 6, 7, and 7 6 cents. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. My director has 3 command, 4 influence, more influence, and 2 tech. Okay. There, we are in the U2B Dirty Bird, so we're over here. So our range starts out lower. And let's see what mission we get. All right, so for the mission, you're going to roll on table B1. It's a D36 roll. So I got a 24 in 1957. 24 is 1957-06. So we then go over to our mission, 57-06. Okay, so we're going heavy into Soviet-controlled territory. This is going to be a nasty mission. And our total is 480 victory points. This will be the toughest mission I've flown yet. So right out of the gate, we're going to Manas Air Base, Soviet-controlled, Sary-Shagan, Semipalatinsk, Novokuznetsk, Tomsk, Berezovsky, Semipalatinsk, back to Semipalatinsk, and then Sary-Shagan, Manas, and then back to our primary base, Lahore. Our alternate base is Zahedan Air Base. So we're going to only have 2 low threats, and the rest are high. So this is going to max out our fuel too, which is going to be bad. So we're flying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spaces. So we're going to max out the fuel. Okay, so this is going to be tough, but we'll see if we can get through it. All right, now I need to do the weather at the alternate. It's a 4, which is a cloud. So move it to the cloud there. And I do a sticky note for the pilotage and the 6 cents. So you pilotage, go 1 left and reduce altitude 1 down, or you can go 1 right and reduce altitude 2 down. 6 cents, you can do 1 left and no altitude reduction, or you can go 1 right and altitude 1 down. So I just keep this handy so that when I'm trying to make my decision on where to maneuver on this combat map, makes it easier. I don't have to flip the book to find the description. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is roll for takeoff on this chart B7. So we need a 5 plus. So it's 2d6. Helps roll it in the box. And we got a 7. So we're good on takeoff. We're starting at Lahore Air Base, which is down here. Get our plane going. Okay. And so now we roll for any events that happen on C2. And you can re-roll, or first you roll 1d6 to see if it even happens. And I got a 4, so no event happens, which is good. All right, so now we move to our first waypoint, which is 1957. 6, which is Manas Air Base. So we're going here. And we move from 66.5 to 67,000. And this is the altitude and the fuel. All right, and then we roll for an event. A 6, there's no event. And we are out of the gate into a high threat area. So we have to roll on this 1957 high threat table. So 2d6, we're hoping for a 7 to get off radar. I got a 9, so we're off radar. So we're clear there. That's good. All right, and then we go back, and we're going to Sarishagan. And move this. We're at 67.5 now. Have to roll for an event. A 4, no event. Getting lucky. And then we have to roll on the intercept table. It's a high. So we're going to roll back on this table and need a 7 or 12. 7 to 12. And I got a 6. So we're going to face 2 MiG-19s and 4 MiG-17s. 4 MiG-17s. And 2 MiG-19s. It's good because the MiG-19s can go higher. All right, and then our altitude is at 67,500. So the MiG-19s can go up to 9. So the first one you roll is the MiG-19, and it's a D6, and you add 3. And here's the MiG-19 chit. Okay, so D6 plus 3, and 8. Oh, I forgot to roll the other one. 8, 2. So he is here. So then we look at our combat chart, combat diagram, and he is here. So he's up 1 and over 2. So up 1 and over 2. So there, this is just the key. So there's no, he's in a good space. He can't get us. These clear boxes, this would be considered clear. He can't get us. So we're good there. All right, next one is an 8-5. All right, 8, 5. And so you roll 2 dice, and one, like I use the black die for this side and the white die for this side. All right, so he's right there. That's going to cause issue for us. So he's up 1 and over 1, up 1, over 1. So he has a collision. He could ram us if we got a 4 or less. So I'm going to try to evade that by I'll take the collision, the ramming check. So we go to the collision. Try to find the collision chart. Control check. Pilot condition. So we just roll, all right, roll that. And we got a 7, so that's above the 4. So we passed the collision check. All right, so that's good. That's the scary ones. The other ones can only go to 6, is their max. So you just roll 1d6. And these are the big 17s. So we got a 3 and a 5. So he's here. He's way out of range. Then we got a 3, 2. Then we got a 3, 1. And if you get the same, place where someone is already, there's already a MiG there, then you re-roll. Then we got a 6, 5. All right, that's going to be dangerous. So he is 1 down and 1 over. So again, we can do a collision check. So we just have to roll and get above a 3. And we got an 8. So we're good. All right, so we passed that. And then we go to our next waypoint, which is Semi-Palantinsk. Probably butchering that name. So we're going here, raise this up. Can remove these guys. Okay. So now we roll for an event. A 1, we have an event. We roll on this chart for events. And it's a D66 roll. I'm going to expend a 6 cents chit to increase make it a 1, whatever, 10s, increase the 10s die by 1. So 66. So milder weather, move weather at primary, and weather at alternate markers 2 spaces to the left on the weather tracks. So 1, 2, 1. So it's just a cloud. All right. So that's good. And now we roll for interception, and it's still high threat. So we need to roll a 7 or better. And we roll a 6 again. So 2 MiG-19s and 4 MiG-17s again. And we are at 68,000 now. So we roll the MiG-19s first. We get a 9-1. So he's there. So looking on here, he's up 1 and over 3. So, okay, he's clear. So he's right there. And then the next one is a 7-1. He's down 1 and over 3. Down 1, 1, 2, 3. So we would take 1 gunfire hit. So what I need to do is move 1 right to get out of that range there. So let's see, if I use a pilotage, I can move 1 right and altitude down 2. I don't really want to go down 2 altitude because I put myself in danger. So I'm going to use a 6th sense and go 1 right and altitude 1 down. That's a better choice. So I move over 1 and down 1. Okay, so he's 1, 2, 3. He's out of range now. And I use a 6th sense shit. Okay. Now we roll the MiG-17s, and they're just a D6 by themselves. We got a 6 and a 1. So he's out of range because he's 4 away. Okay, next one. A 3 and a 5. 3, 5, he's out of range. 2, 4, he's out of range. And 1, 1, he's way out of range. All right, so we escaped another MiG encounter. So let me put these back. Okay. Now we go to our next waypoint, which is Novokuznetsk. Out here. And that is that's a low threat area. But first we roll for events. We gotta move our altitude. We're at 68.5 now. And we got a 6, so no event. Now we roll on the threat table. And we got a 4. So 4 is 4 MiG-19s and 4 MiG-17s. So we got our work cut out for us here. Those are MiG-17s. All right, we're at 68.5 now. All right, we roll the MiG-19s. They're D6 plus 3. So that's going to put them right at if they get a 6. So 2 and a 1 is 5, 5, 1. 5, 1. He's out of range. We got a 7, 2. 7, 2. He's down 2 and over 2. Let's see on the down 2 over 2. So that's a 3 on the gunfire. So if I move 2 left, that would put him right below me here, and he'd be out of danger. So, and then the other guy would be 1, 2, 3, 4. He'd be out of range. Okay, so because when you maneuver, you have to make sure that you don't maneuver into another one that's on the board. So I was checking this guy, because if I move here, you know, I want to make sure that I don't have some issue with this guy too. All right, so I'm going to move 2 left, and that is expending. So you can move 1 left and no altitude reduction with the 6 cents. So I'm going to use 2 6 cents and move left twice. One, 2. Now he's out of range. All right. 2 more MiG-19s. A 9-4. So now he's 2 ahead of me. That's wake turbulence. So that's a wake turbulence control check. So let's see. So move. Seeing if I can move 1 left here, that would put him out of range for me. And then this guy would be 1, 2 over 1, 1, 2 over 1. So he'd be out of range. All right, so I'm going to use another 6 cents. Move 1. So now he's out of range, he's out of range, and he's out of range. Okay, we're getting lucky. 1 more MiG-19. 7-5. 7-5. He's out of range. All right, good. So now we have 4 MiG-17s to deal with. And they're just a D6. So a 2-1. Out of range. A 5-3. He's out of range. 2 more. 3-6. He's out of range. And a 5-3. Oh, can't go there. A 6-6. 6-6. He's out of range. All right. So we barely escaped that. Got out of that with maneuvering. So now I take these off. Okay. So now we move on to our next waypoint. Going to Tomsk, which is a high threat area. Moving here. Moving this up. Okay. 3. 2. 1. Running on fumes. Glide to landing. Okay. See, I was here. Just trying to think of my fuel situation here. So that would be 3, or I was here. So 1, so 4, 3, 2, 1, running on fumes. I'm gonna cut this short by 1. Well, I think I can make it. Let's see if I go 4 and then 3, 2, 1 on fumes, glide to landing. I should be able to, yeah, make it back. All right, so we'll move to Tomsk. All right, Tomsk. Let's see if there's any incidents or events. Nope, 5, no event. And we are in a high threat area, so we have to roll on the chart and get a 7 or more. And I got a 7, so no threats. Good. All right, so now we're gonna move to, we're gonna go home, Bereski, and we're at 69.5, so we're at a good height here. Okay, so let's roll, see if there's any events. 6, no events, and we're in Bereski. That's low, so we have to get a 6 or better. And I got a 6, so no threats. All right, then we go to simple Semipalatinsk. I hope I say that right. Move that up and roll for events. 5, no events. It's a high threat area, so we need a 7 or above. And we get an 11, so we're off radar, which is good. Then we go to Sari Shagan. We're at 70,500. Just move him up just to roll for an event. We get a 6, no event. And we're in a high threat area. And I get an 11, so we're off radar. Then we come back to Manas, 71,000. Roll for an event. No event. Roll for threat. We get a 7, so no, we're off radar. And now we come home for landing. And now we have to roll on the landing. And one thing I forgot was you have to roll a 12, 2d6 to figure out which aircraft you're flying. So we'll just say it's number 7. So we're flying Article 353. Forgot that part. You do that after you do your pilot selection. Okay, so and sometimes you'll have accidents, and you'll have, like I had one here that I lost a U2, so that'll, you know, impact your number of planes you have. Okay, so now we go to the landing chart. Landing chart is phase D1, and we have to roll a 5+ for a successful landing. and I got a 6. You can also expend pilotage chit to increase your die roll by 1. Okay, so now what we have to do is do our reconnaissance point value check. So it's to see if you get all of the points. So the first one is worth 20 points. And you need on this table, this reconnaissance value table, D2, you need to get a 4 to 6. So I have to flip back and forth. Okay, so 4 to 6 is excellent. And we got a 2. So that's fair. So we deduct 10 from the total value. So we got just 10 points there. And let me write that down so I don't forget. Okay, so we got 10. Next one is for Hare, and that's worth 70 points. And this is on your mission table here, so it's worth 70. So let's roll. Hopefully we get a 6 so we can collect all that BP. We got a 5, so that's good. 4 to 6 is excellent, so you get to keep all the points. So we get 70 there. All right, now for Semipalatinsk, it's worth 90. So we got a 3, which is good. So we only deduct 5. So we got 85. All right, now for Novokuznetsk, that's worth 60. And we get the full value. Roll a 5. All right, for Tomsk, that's worth 100. We got a 6, so we get the full value. All right, that was Tomsk Berezovsky. It's worth 30. So that we got a 1. So we have to deduct, I believe it's 20. 1. Yeah, we deduct 20. And it was worth 30, so we only get 10. For Semipalatinsk, it's worth 50 because we're going back over it. I get a 6, so we get all 50. All right, and then Hare is worth 20. We get a 6, we get all 20. Then you have Manas Air Base. We got a 2. So that's worth minus 10. And it was worth 30, so we got 20. Okay, so we got 30, 115, 175, 275, 285, 335, 355, 375. So we got 375 points. Is that right? What was the second one? Oh no, I did that wrong. That's 80, 165. Yeah, 165, 225, 325, 335, 385, 405, 425. So we got 425 VP out of 480. Not bad. But the best thing is we made it home alive. We escaped all those MIGs and the events. All right, so now we go to D3 and we roll for accidents or incidents. So you need a 5+ here. And we got a 7. So we're good there, no accidents. And then we go to diplomacy and politics. So diplomatic protest. So it's on any mission you overflew one or more Soviet-controlled waypoints and or when landed, if crash landing, at an Allied waypoint, except one marked with a heart. You roll a d6, consult the table below to see if a diplomatic protest or diplomatic note is filed. Roll each separately. Thus, if you flew over one or more Soviet-controlled waypoints and landed at an Allied waypoint, roll twice, one for each. Add a +2 die roll modifier for every influence chit expended. A +1 die roll if in the Dirty Bird. So we're in the Dirty Bird. We had a +1. All right, so we only have to roll 1. We got a 4, which turns into a 5 with the +1. So we get a dip note. So then you go to this chart, and these are the dip notes, and you roll 2d6. And we got an 8. So 5+ is all you need. The dip note fully addressed or ignored, no changes, continue campaign game. And that is it. So we successfully completed our mission. We made it home safely. And no damage or anything. And that is how you play the game. So if you have any questions or, if I made any missteps, please let me know in the comments. And like always, thank you for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll talk to you later.